New at 5, the country's 10th most populated school system will have a new leader as of January 1st. Mo Green will take the helm as the new North Carolina Superintendent of Public Schools. Just a few hours ago, I sat down with current Superintendent Catherine Truitt. I asked her about whether she has faith in her successor and what she believes will be one of his challenges. Mo Green, Democrat, who will be coming in January to replace you. You're a Republican, but he had high praise for you when he was here in the studio a couple of weeks ago. Talked about some of the projects you've worked on together, including improving reading in elementary school, the conversation about, transferring that into middle school as well. What do you see that Mo Green, again, a Democrat, you can agree with in his approach perhaps moving forward?
I think Mo and I both know that doing what's right for kids means taking politics out of the conversation when it comes to passing the right legislation, giving local superintendents and their people what they need for teachers to be successful. Things like asking for the professional development that we were able to give to elementary school teachers, we need to do something similar for our middle grades teachers because, again, like I said, 67% of 8th graders are starting high school not reading proficiently. So we need to make some professional development available to our middle grades teachers. We also need to do the same for math that we did for reading, a statewide math policy framework that allows our early grades teachers to pinpoint with accuracy where students are falling behind and what needs to happen to get them caught up. I have no doubt that Mo understands where our middle schoolers are really not necessarily enjoying all of the successes that our elementary school students are enjoying. And we just saw data to that end presented to the state board last week. Our year-over-year academic recovery data shows that our middle schoolers are not making as much progress as our elementary schoolers are.
Maggie, that's a tiny little bit of a very long interview with Catherine Truitt, again, who was in here today. We'll have that story coming up in the coming weeks.
And it's an interesting point about middle school because we think about elementary school being the foundation, but middle school is really the basis, especially with a subject like math, that you have to build on so much, and every bit of knowledge depends on what you learned last year, and that's such an important grade as we send kids to high school. Yeah,
and she talked too about, we both remember well enough, when you're in middle school, but particularly like 7th to 9th grade, those are hard psychological years for every kid. So then you compound that with everything that's going on in the world, social media, all the distractions, and then at the same time trying to catch up, especially if you're from those COVID years.
And the teachers they have such a huge influence on those kids' lives, both from a mental health perspective as well as an educational perspective. So all the extra training they can get, I'm sure, would be beneficial.
Absolutely, and any help parents can do.
Absolutely.
For sure.